Okay, this is a bit late when this is going to be uploaded, but it's because I had a tech issue, sort of. Like, my keyboard is working now, but it wasn't working. I put it into a different USB port, and it's working now suddenly. Um, and before that, it was noisiness, couldn't record because of that. But now I have time to record, and while it is May now, but when I read these, obviously it was April. Um, been really excited to talk about these, and especially what I've been reading now in May. But that'll be a different video, obviously. So let's get right into it. Kaiju number 8, the most recent volume of that came out, and it was really good. Um, we've been introduced to a no, not a protagonist, an antagonist similar to our protagonist, except the antagonist knows about our main guy over here. Somehow, don't ask me how, it progressed, the story and whatnot. Very enjoyable volume. Can't wait for the next one. That was a bit of a yawn, but me trying to push that yawn away. Anyway, Jujutsu Kaisen. Volume 15. A lot of great moments. I've heard this next volume is wrapping up the Shibuya arc. You can probably hear my voice echoing off my window. Apologies for that. But just unbelievable action that's been going on. Incredible stuff. Unfathomable to put into words. I'm loving the direction it is going. Nobody could have predicted this. Like, when season 2 drops, people are going to be in awe. And if the animation, if MAPPA, I believe they're the ones animating this season, as well as the first one they did, knowing them, it's going to be a chef's kiss if they've respected the manga. Next up, I accidentally bought this volume. Complete accident. It's an isekai. Isekais are normally like cliche, typical sort of bullshit nowadays. But this one, however, I saw the cover. I know, not the cover. I saw the spine. The spine said Survivor. It had it in red, okay? And it either said Karate Survivor in red or not. It caught my attention. It was in red. It was on the spine. It was big and bolded. And I bought it. I picked it up. I didn't look at the cover until I got outside of the Barnes & Noble. And I looked at it, and it said Karate Survivor in Another World. Now, don't get me wrong. Isekais are... It's a hit or miss, It's either going to be really good or really bad, or there's a middle. It's where it's like it's so bad that it's good. Like, it's just... Like, Rent a Girlfriend, for example. No offense to all my raggers. No, that sounds wrong. But Rent a Girlfrienders, yeah. I don't regret the purchase. In fact, I ordered volumes 2 and 3. They should be here today, actually. Uh, this guy right here, he's from Earth. He's a karate guy, survivor. Karate, yeah. And he gets teleported to another world. And the cliche, he even, I think, if I'm correct, he even mentions it himself. He's like, typical thing. I've been run over by a car or hit by a bus, and here I am in this different world. And he Yeah. His skill. Sorry for yawning. His skill is karate, and what do you know it? He knew karate in the his normal everyday life. He knew how to do karate. Except he's stronger here. He has stats. He can level up, and it doesn't bore you. Okay. It does a time skip. Like it shows you like when he first gets there. You know, it shows his first enemy, how that's gonna go, and then it does like a time skip. If I'm correct, like a couple months, because he grows his beard. At first, he doesn't have the beard, and I don't think he had much hair on his head either. And then a couple months go by in this world, and he's stronger. He's leveled up and whatnot, and he has to survive in this world. But I can't say much. It ended on a really good note. It kind of has some darker aspects, unlike your average isekai. And it's based off of a light novel, but the light novel isn't physical to my knowledge. But actually, the manga the creator, or rather, the artist, he and his team hit up the light novel creator because they wanted to make this into a thing, which is really cool of them to do that. And I can only imagine how the author feels. And they have little tidbits as well, like on how to make certain stuff, which is really cool. Some series do that, and some don't. I will get into that. My next log, my May log. I feel bad that this is going up so late, but it couldn't be helped, And I really wanted to talk about these series, as for the next one. Sakamoto Days! This is like my favorite panel, or like incident. I'm sure you all know about it. If you don't, it's about this ex-assassin hitman guy who starts his own supermarket, and Sakamoto Days. Essentially, that is what it is called. And we get to see his journey, and as he hires new employees, as these events, it's sort of episodic. Like some chapters will connect and some won't, but the action is, like, the art is so good. Props to the mangaka. I don't know if there are more too. I don't have the volume with me. It's on my shelf in another room. But yeah, I really love it. I can't wait for the next one to come out. It might already be out by the time this goes up. I haven't looked. I think I'll get it. I'll do like the 3 or 4 volume little test. It's enjoyable. I recommend it. Sakamoto is legendary. A legendary MC as he is in the world. A hitman. Ex-hitman, rather. Next up. The sweet spiciness of Fist of the North Star. A lot happened. This was an earlier panel. Decided to show it anyway. Because it's long gone. I just yawned again. I'm sorry. Every time I yawn, I'm bringing it up because I don't want to ignore that. The next volume looks like it's going to have a lot of action. Again, I don't know where the story is going, because we know it's just sort of on its own. It's one of those series that is unpredictable, just as the next series, or the one after that I'm about to talk about. Again, this gave birth to other series, especially the art style. You can tell that I've probably already mentioned this, but part 1 and maybe part 2, like Jonathan and Joseph Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, they take a similar look from Kenshiro. which is really cool. And then, as you know, if you haven't already seen, part 3, 4, 5, especially 6 and 5, they take different looks, and the other parts, which I haven't read, or I haven't watched part 1 of Stone Ocean, waiting for part 2 to come out so I can watch the full thing. Irrelevant. I've been watching fighting anime lately. Kengan Ashura, okay? It's epic. It's really nice. I dig it. I'm fidgeting with my piano, which I do not know how to play. Next up, 20th Century Boys. One of the unpredictable plots I was talking about. Before, I know I said it looks predictable, but I ordered volumes 3, 4, and 5. And let me tell you, I love it. I love it. It's unpredictable. I do not know where it's going. There are 12 perfect editions, and I have up to 5, which means I am a little under halfway through the series. I have no clue where it's going. Honestly. Like, Naoki Urasawa, the genius in his craft, as he's showing it in this. And in Asadora, I don't know. I don't remember if Volume 5, if I included it, it was either March's log. If it wasn't March, then I might have missed it, but it was good. Really progressing. And there was a time skip. I will say that after Volume 2, like, Volume 2 ends with some intense stuff. And it just... mwah. I need more. I didn't get any this month, the month of May, even though this is the April log. I got these in April, along with another series. All of these I've gotten in April. But in April, no. Yeah, they came towards, like, the end of April. And I read them towards the end of May. No, I read them towards the end of April. No, yeah, I did. Sorry, I'm confusing myself because it's May right now. But this is going up, of course, like a month later. Yeah, give it a read. I can see why the antagonist in this series is so highly respected. Like, even you don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do. We don't even know if it's a he, but it's presumed it is a he. Incredible. I'm saying a lot because I'm trying to think, but that's all I wanted to talk about with that. And while I was waiting for my next order to come in, which will be the next series I will talk about, I read Goodbye Eerie. This is, you can read it digitally on the Shonen Jump app, and you can probably pirate it, but I wouldn't. I'm sort of, like, against that. But if you don't have, of course, if you don't have the money, then go ahead, do what you can to read it. It was really good. My first one-shot I've read by Tatsuki Fujimoto, the creator, author of Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch. And it threw me for a loop. I couldn't tell what was real, what wasn't, and I'm sure you'll see as you read, if you go ahead and read it. Mind-blowing. I loved it. And I want to read his other one-shot that's on the Shonen Jump app called, like, Don't Look Back or something like that. That's going to be really nice to read. Next up, final stuff I read for the month of April. Not true at all. Okay, I forgot about this. I read The Promised Neverland. It progressed a lot. A lot of stuff went on. I love it, and my cat is throwing up, or it's a hairball. Anyway, I will deal with that. I'll be right back. I fumbled the ball in that, okay? Ignore this. Ignore another one where I paused the video. I fumbled the ball with that. I went over there, gave him a little pat on the back. He stopped. Cleared his throat. He has long fur, so I assume maybe he was cleaning himself. Got some of that got stuck in the back of his throat. He's good now. Anyway, I also fumbled the ball with this. Aside from the little sideshow you just witnessed with the whole print screen. I haven't changed the hotkey for that because P is the best. P is like pause, obviously. Also, I talked about Asadora, and that is coming up soon. Be patient. Anyway, The Promised Neverland. A lot went on, getting closer and closer to the end. And this last volume left off on, or the last volume for me, the most recent one I read, left off on a really big cliffhanger, a really big note. And it's making me want to get the rest of the series, and I will. I'm doing this one at a time, okay? I'll get the new releases of the month, and then I have a plan, don't worry. Very enjoyable. I decided to use this panel because it's a little throwback to before things were fucked, when we were innocent, per se, of the series. And yeah, I love it. What can I say? Next up, Record of Ragnarok, Volume 2. Amazing action. You see on the left here, Adam. On the right, Zeus. Yeah. Wait. Is that Zeus? Or is it not? I don't remember. I really don't. But Adam's leaf is a lot smaller in the manga. This is a clip from the anime, obviously. I recommend. Well, I've heard the anime is like sort of like a slideshow, so it's like, and it is Zeus. I just looked, so I am right on that. The author. I really like how the author sort of creates his or her, I don't know, their own version of these characters. Like, we typically see Zeus with long hair and whatnot. But in this, you see, he looks balding. He has a fucking bushy eyebrow and a bushy mustache. And Adam's leaf is, well, Adam. Except he looks a lot younger than we picture him, the art style probably. Their fight has just begun as Lubu's and Thor's ended. That ending, it didn't surprise me. It was really good. And I need volume 3. Because, okay, here's the thing. The anime, I've heard, is like a slideshow. Especially during Adam's and Zeus's fight. It's apparently disrespects the manga a lot with the way they animated it. But it was Netflix that animated it. No offense to them. Yeah. Anyway. Next up. Asadora. Yeah, I saw this when my screen, Control P, to pause, I saw this little glimpse. And yeah, I did read it. Volume 5. A lot went on. Carried on from Volume 4, of course. I just want to know. I need Volume 6. It's shrouded in mystery in a way that I haven't seen portrayed in 20th Century Boys so far, and I haven't seen portrayed in Monster so far. We kind of know what the mystery is, but we don't at the same time, because we've never seen like a clear image of said mystery. And Naoki Urasawa has this way of sort of censoring it, because it's only come out the mystery's only come out at night. I will say that. Not really night. It's just normally like chaotic events per se. Really good. Give me Volume 6, please. I think next month Volume 16 comes out of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'll talk about that in my May video. Anyway. My last manga I read was, of course, Vagabond. I ordered volumes 5 and 6. I couldn't help myself. I think what I'm going to do is, like, every other month, I'm going to order, like, 3 volumes of 20th Century Boys, or 3 volumes of Vagabond. Like, 3 or 2. 3 of one, 2 of the other. And that kind of spends my monthly budget on manga for the month. But it's worth it because the series are so good. It left off on such a good note. Vagabond. Whew. We were introduced to a new character in Volume 5. Or Visbig Volume 5. And we stuck with that character. From the point we were introduced into this character. With Volume 5. Like a quarter into Volume 5. The second volume in the Visbig, 3 in 1, it started there and it ended in Volume 6, the end of Visbig Volume 6. Now, I don't know which character it's gonna, because they've introduced this new character, and it's like, they had us follow, like, literally, we went back 10, 15 years, and we saw this character grow up. I will say that much. And we've even seen them do some awesome shit. Now, I've heard, according to the notes of Takahiko Inoue's afterward in Volume 5 or 6, this character is Musashi's rival in the folk tale that, Vagabond is based on. So, I find it really cool that he's added this character. I don't know if he put his own twist on the character, because I haven't read the folk tale, so. But, chef's kiss as always, Man is a master of his work. I want to get into Real and Slam Dunk, but that's a long story. And at the end of May, soon as it turns to June, getting the next volumes. There are 12 Visbigs of both 20th Century Boys and Vagabond. So I'm halfway through Vagabond with the Visbigs. So I'm probably going to get 3 of Vagabond and 2 20th Century Boys. Bleh. Yeah, and I moved my Vagabond, and I'm surprised it fit on my shelf. I just reminded myself of something I need to add to my list of the next slide, not next slide, next month's log, or May's log, rather. This month, next month, whatever. Anyway, that's about it. Sorry for the lateness again, and all the interferences with this and whatnot. I'm glad my keyboard, I'm going to try and plug it back into the port it was originally in. Maybe that port's not good anymore, which would be unfortunate, but I don't know why. I mean, sure, I've lost power, but my computer's never been on during that. And anyway, enough rambling. With that said, have a good rest of your May. I hope your April was good. Hope you had a good Easter, if you celebrate that, or whatever holiday you celebrate in the month of April. Let me just do this. Ooh. That's about it. See you. I fucked that up. I hit the wrong button. Now bye.